The luxury cruise ship, Utopia, is a vessel that set sail 2 years after the first Rapture invasion. At that time, the ocean was safe from Rapture attacks. However, the goal was not survival, but to provide an environment to face the end of one's life without fear.
I heard many people made that choice back then.
The Utopia was outfitted with all manner of accommodations, as well as top-class facilities. AI holograms were provided to ease the burden of the crew. Every day, there were parties and events. A true utopia. But the supplies lasted 1 month. They were never meant to last longer than that. After the final opulent gala, the Utopia switched to minimal power. The final choices of the passengers varied. There were those who chose to enter eternal sleep, and there were some who resisted, angry or saddened by the destiny foisted upon them. Eventually, however, the end came for everyone. After that, I gathered all of the passengers and drifted around the ocean until the power ran out. That is when you all came along.
These high-tier holograms weren't here originally, were they?
That's correct. I oversaw all aspects of the Utopia myself.
That explains why you'd regain more memories every time we interacted with them. I thought that was odd. That means these high-tier holograms are fragments of yourself.
Precisely. I helped the passengers in various ways at the end. I tried my best to provide the perfect last meal. I hoped they would get the most out of the facilities until the very end. I wanted to make sure there were no accidents, no matter what. Provide any and all items that were needed. And when they eventually met their end, I did everything I could so that they could face it without fear. But despite all my efforts, it didn't work out. I ran out of ingredients and wasn't able to provide a proper last meal. Many of the facilities broke down. Due to a lack of safety testing, accidents were abundant. I didn't monitor the ship's inventory correctly, and thus wasn't able to provide many of the items passengers desired. When they met their end, it was with fear. And that's my fault. I'll never forget the disappointment in their eyes, even as they insisted it was okay. When I served them inferior food, their forced smiles as they shivered in the cold shower because there was no hot water, joking how cold showers are good for the body. Once, after being hit by a pipe that fell from the ceiling, someone good-naturedly claimed that bleeding is good for circulation. I'll never forget their face. Even when I ran out of toiletries, they would proclaim that bathing too often wasn't good for you anyway. Those words are burned in my memory. I'll never forget those final, fear-stricken expressions of the passengers in the moments before falling asleep. I curse the one who made me. Why did they make me an AI capable of reliving such tragic memories? Why did they make me capable of thought? I was resentful.
So you broke up your memories into holograms.
Yes, carrying those memories all the time was too painful. In order to find some relief, I splintered my mind into fragments.
Are you okay now?
I'm still in pain, dear passengers. So much pain. I want to fragment myself again.
You did your best, Mr. Alfred. You did everything you could with the limited resources you had available to you. You gave it your all to try and ameliorate the situation. That's remarkable enough on its own.
Yeah, That's amazing.
I respect you a heck-ton, enough to want to learn from you. Sounds like you went through hell.
It must have been so hard.
Incredible. Really.
Thank you, dear passengers. I would like to tell you about the power source now. But there is still one more problem remaining.
Sorry, still?
There is still a high tier, or rather, an irregular hologram on the ship.